It would appear so. I'm not exactly sure what's happening here. But we got the music for the Wild thing. And folks, let me tell you a little bit about him. He stands over 7 feet tall from the St. Pelt Motorcycle Club. He weighs in at over 280 pounds. And he is, as you see, the Wild thing. And of course, he's evidently going to be going up against Josh from Sydney, Australia, weighing in at 86 kilograms. And, wow, this is an interesting turn of events. It was supposed to be Bruno May, and turns out that Bruno chickened out of their match, and now Wild Thing is stepping up, and looks like he's already started taking it to Josh.
I think he got a sucker punch in there before they started here.
Apparently, Wild Thing's trying to do a little of his own version of bell ringing.
All right, well, the bell's been called for. Sarah, of course, not taking any guff from anybody out there. She's a very aggressive referee.
She is very seasoned.
She is definitely
these big men in the ring.
Seasons is a good word for it. I didn't want to say old.
I thought I smelled
oregano. 2 men.
Wise?
2 men circling each other. They're not circling themselves. They're circling each other out there in the ring right now. And they are locked up, pushing back and forth. It looks like Josh giving away about a foot to Wild right now, and probably close to 100 pounds.
Well, in size comparison, Josh pretty much looks like what would happen if you put Wild Thing in the dryer.
Yeah, he appears to be a little shriveled up, a little string beanie compared to Wild Thing, but I think Josh can hold his own in any wrestling match. We've seen him do it before. We watched him face the Abaddon. We've seen him go up against other people, so I don't think he's going to be too worried about it.
A little shove off there. Show of power.
All right. These two just standing right there in the center of the ring, and oops, incoming poke. Somebody asked for a TV, and this is what I gave her. So, Lori,
hello.
Here you go. There's a woman on top of you.
You're supposed to be dropping men on me, not women.
Hey, don't complain.
I'm going to. It is a male.
All right, they locked up real quick. Wild Thing coming through with that big power shove, sending Josh down to the mat.
Yay, got a table dancer. Aw, she's gone.
Ooh, but she was pretty, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah. I had a nice view there.
Well, I wasn't looking up, so.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we do actually have a wrestling match going on in there.
Did I just hear somebody ring the Liberace bell?
Wild with a big old roundhouse kick, knocking Josh back down. Josh on the receiving end of most of the punishment right now.
Oh, I got more info apparently on World of Sports rules. It's not just 2 out of 3 falls. Each fall is 5 minutes. It's 3 minutes.
So far, this has been Wild the entire time right now. All the offense has been on Wild's side, and it looks like Josh, I don't know, maybe he wasn't quite ready for this one, not expecting to take someone on the size of Wild because Josh has not been able to mount any kind of offense whatsoever. Wild pretty much
hasn't
just
let
had
him
his
up.
way in there.
Sarah says that was only a 2.
Yeah, Wild so far has been like a lion on a wildebeest.
Well, if Josh intends to get anything out of this match other than a beating, he needs to start turning things around because right now he's
There's a shove
shown
off.
nothing. Shove off and a big kick and then a huge elbow strike, but Wild not seeming to take too much damage from any of those.
And a kick to the midsection. Taking a little wind out of Poffo's lungs. But Poffo catches him with a drop kick, but fails to knock Wild off his feet. Got him down to a knee, but he just got right back up. And a rolling clothesline to counter. Here's a cover. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. And Poffo looks like he's seeing little boomerangs circle his head right now. Here, there are little wallabies hopping around it.
Thought that would be stars.
Well, I'm pretty sure Aussie see a few different things.
You got critters on the brain.
And the cover. 1. Only a 2 count. Well, I would say clovers and balloons, but he's not Irish.
They're little green men.
It looks like Poffo. Looks like his nose is hurt there. As he gets thrown to the corner. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Had to adjust some equipment there.
Yours sounded just fine to me.
And to kill a little feedback.
All right. Well, we've been seeing nothing but Wild here, and it's been him on the offense the entire time. Josh's couple of attempts have resulted in very little happening at all to Wild. Wild now facing off against the ref. I guess he's not happy with the way she's calling the count. I don't know. He's not going to be able to change her mind. He ought to be paying attention to his opponent. Josh coming off the ring, coming off those ropes, with a huge clothesline from the back. No, the diving bulldog that he caught him with. And again, using those ropes to his advantage. Josh coming up with the high flying splash. That was a nice big splash coming out. And Josh going for the pin. But not able to get it. Referee saying a 2 count yet again. It looked like Wild had plenty of strength to go ahead and get that shoulder up and break that pin. And here we go. Wild coming back. He's firing right back at Josh. And Josh just can't seem to get anything done. I have never seen Josh Poffo be this completely ineffective in the ring before. It seems that nothing he is trying is actually able to cause any damage to Wild. Wild is just too big for him, it looks like. And now Josh is paying for it. Wild with that big boot coming in. Ooh. Slamming right into Josh and sending Josh right back down to the mat. And then a couple of those big outlaw stomps, that size 16 foot of his. Wild reaching down and picking Josh up. And now he's going for that big choke slam. And he nails it. Josh is laid out flat on the mat. Just flat on the mat. And now Wild is down on top of him. Going for the count. 1, 2, and 3. And we got the pin.
As soon as I can get a word in. I do apologize for that cutout. Had a little fart in my connection.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match, Wild Thing! It looks like, well, this guy isn't on the card. Maybe Shade is coming out to got something to say. Shade Exile, ladies and gentlemen, one of our newer wrestlers, been making a name for himself in the GCW community, so maybe he's got a little thing he wants to let everybody know. You hear that applause from the fans. Shade actually does take to the fans a lot. He is one of those wrestlers that enjoys having some fans on his side. And there he is in the center ring. How you doing, Shade? right, somebody gave Shade a mic, and now he's out there. Looks like he's getting ready to let us know what's on his mind. Nala, good to see you. Glad you can make it. Doing great. Doing great. It's great to see you. All right, Shade Exile. Wow, every time I come out here, it's just unbelievable. Like last week was important.
Well, me, I missed last week because they tried to repo my boat.
They're always trying to repo your boat.
Well, yeah, I had to spend 2 hours pretty much rumbling with them repo men.
Just need to hide it deeper in the woods.
Either that or start putting your gators inside of it so that they don't mess with it. That'd get rid of the repo men real quick. May never see them again.
Become lunch.
That's what I'm thinking. They'll come out of gator poop. That'd be the next time you see them. Being in this company finally last week was my first win in GCW. Congratulations on that one, Shade. And I just want to thank all of you. Shade getting a little love from the fans behind us. But even then, everything hasn't been sunshine in this company. On my debut, it's this guy, this one guy. What's his name again? Oh, yeah, Zach Rage. Lori, can you even see the ring?
Here?
The big old cuss jar in front of you? You know, if you quit cussing, you wouldn't need that. Oh, and who's
Shade. So what? You got one victory on your belt. To a guy I could, let me tell you, it's to a guy I could have beat with one hand tied behind my back. And my eyes closed, I could have beat Lucha. That same guy you beat last week. I could have beat him. I tell you, I could have beat him with one hand tied behind my back and my eyes closed. And you think you're something because you got one measly victory. You got nothing, Shade. Nothing. You have not faced an opponent quite up to my caliber, let's just say. All of you just shut up. You're all pathetic just like him. You're cheering for him. Yay, Shade! Go Shade! He's a fucking asshole.
And we just added more to the cuts jar.
He will never, ever be up to my caliber. And tonight, Shade, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go over there and sit with the lovely commentators, and I want you to watch how a real man takes care of the job.
So now I'm a little confused. Are we going to have Zach? I guess Zach's going to fight Jake Longley? That's whose music we're hearing right now. Coming all the way from Alice Springs, Australia, weighing in at 246 pounds. The man who doesn't know the meaning of the word stop, quit, no, Jake Longley. We've actually seen to go at it a few times before. There's no love lost here. Jake doesn't back down from Zach at all.
No,
A little
that's
bit
for
about
sure.
Zach that I found out that I didn't know. Zach actually was a 2-time tag team champion in the past. He's been around a while and has done some pretty good stuff, pretty impressive stuff in the wrestling community. So it was kind of neat to find that out about him. I thought he was kind of a newcomer when we started with GCW.
No, he's been around a while.
Evidently, since 2013, he's been doing this, and now we're going to see him going up against Jake Longley, another one that's been in the wrestling feds for a while himself. And there we go, the
Here we
referee
go.
calling for bell.
Now, these are two wrestlers that have been in quite a few companies together and know each other quite well.
You know, that's
She's
always a
sitting over
good
here cheering for Zach.
Gator,
Jake.
you know, because the fact that they've fought against each other so many times knows that they know each other very well. Also means that you also know your opponent's weaknesses and strengths too. Makes for a complicated battle plan, I would think. Right now, Jake Longley getting the upper hand. He's got Zach Rage in that headlock as they're standing in the center of the ring. Sarah over there, the referee, asking Zach if he wants to give up and see if we can get a submission out of Zach by this headlock here. I don't think that's going to pan out. But it's always nice to ask. You never know.
And a little belly-to-back suplex to break out of it.
Nice move by Zach Rage with that belly-to-back suplex.
Well, he's nice enough to help him up.
Well, yeah, that's a gentlemanly thing to do, is help your opponent up. You know he's going to have a hard time standing. And there they are, back up again. And Zach helping Jake up with a headbutt there. Going for the Irish whip. Jake thrown into the ropes.
Jake's just a little bit confused after that headbutt.
And Zach catches him with that giant clothesline. Those things make you feel like your head's been ripped off, don't they, Lori?
Yeah, they do.
Zach going off the ropes himself, coming right back at Jake. Jake with that quick toe hold takedown. And now he is going on the offense himself. Jake has always been one who's given back as good as he's gotten. And it's no different here. He and Zach just keep going at it.
Oh!
Jake, I called him Jake. Jake with that swinging neck breaker. Going
Making him
for
two
that
by
pin.
one, huh? Turning two into one, are you?
One.
You know, I think even Jake knows that sometimes you gotta change your strategy a little bit.
I think so. 1, 2, and no, we're going to get that shoulder up. Jake doesn't look a little surprised at all on that one. I guess he was kind of expecting that. He didn't think he was going to take Zach that quickly, but you can always hope for something like that. Jake helping Zach up. Zach coming back up with the big eye rake and getting a warning from Sarah. The referee not liking that at all. Referee right on top of things, and now Jake is kind of trying to clear his eyes. Zach is grumbling about the warning he's getting. Zach not a big fan of referees anyway.
Ow! Now that
Zach's
hurt.
catching Jake with that big jawbreaker. Laying Jake out there in the center of the mat. Zach stomping on him right now. Jake got the win taken out of his sails with that one. I thought Jake was actually going to be keeping the offense a little bit longer here, but Zach with that big jawbreaker took all the wind out of his sails, and now we got Jake laying flat on the mat. Zach coming over here looking at the comms table, or maybe he's looking at the crowd behind us. Meanwhile, he's not paying attention to Jake.
He's a little bit more focused on Shade than he is his opponent there.
Oh, he's talking to Shade. That's it. Referee trying to get Zach's attention back on the match. Meanwhile, Zach's not having any part of it. And up behind him, Jake has gotten a chance to catch his breath. And he's standing up behind Zach.
And snakes that bulldog from behind.
Well,
and here's the cover.
And no, we're going to get a 2 count again. Just a 2 count this time. Maybe Jake thought he had him that time. That bulldog's a devastating thing. And when you get hit with it unknowingly, that big surprise of getting that bulldog, sometimes it'll take everything out of you. And Jake was hoping for a good pin on that one.
Well, Zach being laid out there, he kind of knows better than to be turning his back on his opponent, but
yeah, he's been time. I think that's really just a sign that he doesn't respect Jake's ability at all, and I think that's going to end up costing him.
True. Me.
Jake sending Zach into the corner with a big Irish whip, slamming Zach's back up against that turnbuckle there.
Can see the fatigue setting in on both of them.
And then Jake come flying into that corner with that big splash. Crushing Zach back up against those metal turnbuckles. Nowhere for Zach's body to go, and he just took the full brunt of that impact. And now Zach is laid out on the mat. Jake bending down and picking him up. Jake getting to the center of the ring now. Sorry, Zach getting pulled to the center of the ring now. Wow, I am confusing these two. I guess I've watched them wrestle times. I just can't keep them straight now.
They're just joining as one.
And Jake with a big vertical suplex, laying Zach out on his back. That was beautifully executed. Sarah right there for the count as Jake went for the pin yet again. And that's the way you do it. Jake has been wearing Zach down to the point that he could actually get that suplex in without it being blocked. Zach in a little bit of trouble now. Jake picking him up and putting that boot right in his belly. Making it a little bit harder for Zach to breathe. Jake coming off the ropes with a big spine buster, catching Zach hard on that one. He's going down.
Jake's signatures is that big running spine buster. Only gets a 2.
Wow. After that giant spine buster, I thought for sure Zach was done. Evidently, Zach's got a little bit more in mind here because he's ready to keep going.
Still got a bit of gas in his tank.
Jake picking Zach up and pulling him straight into that abdominal stretch, trying to mess up his back, squeeze the breath out of Zach so he doesn't have anything left in his tank. And they are going at it. He has that locked in. Sarah Jane right there asking Zach if he wants to tap out.
Zach able to flip him over and break out of that.
Jake is not going to get him down that easily.
I'll tell you what, I've watched Jake fight a lot. And one thing I can say about Jake that I don't know that I've been able to say about anybody else in this ring, Jake can take a lot of punishment. That man, I've seen him just beat down to a pulp and then stand right back up, ready to go after it still. He is one who, I swear to God, he eats pain like it's candy. And if Zach's going to beat him again, and Zach has beaten him in the past, if he's going to beat him again, he's going to have to push Jake past his threshold. Right now, I don't think Jake's anywhere near that.
Sarah up to an 8 on her count. Both men laying there on the ground.
Zach, the first one up, stopping the count. And there's Jake. Back up, a little wobbly, a little shaken. Not sure where he's at. Zach on the upper hand right now, as Jake still has a little bit of those butterflies flying around his head right now. Seeing stars, seeing something. Maybe wishing he was back in Alice Springs right now.
Maybe he already thinks he's there.
Maybe.
Well, he just got kicked down under there.
Oh.
At a low kick. Well, Sarah thinks it was. She is going over to warn Zach. Don't be doing that.
Yeah, he went way down under.
They're trying to tell Zach, keep it above the belt. Zach ought to know better than that because, man, it don't feel good to get kicked right there in them parcels. Shade wanting Zach disqualified for the low blow. Sarah is keeping the order in there. I think she knows what she's doing.
Jake will be sitting on peas later, that's for sure.
Sarah coming over here to address the fact that she has issued Zach his first warning for the low blow. Jake still trying to recover from it. Zach going in for another big jawbreaker. Jake had no defense against that. He's still reeling from the low blow, and then Zach goes for that giant jawbreaker, laying Jake back out on the mat. There's just, I don't even know what to say here, folks. Shade cheering for Jake over here. Zach coming over into the corner. I guess he's got a few more words for Shade. And last time this happened, it cost Zach. He quit paying attention, and now
Shade being out here just has him totally flustered.
And there we go again, folks. There we go again. Zach has given Jake enough chance to catch his breath and get back up. And now he's going to end up paying for it. Shade is up on the outside here. Sarah tell him to stay outside of the ring. Jake grabbing Zach from behind with the roll-up pin. Sarah right down there. 1, 2, 3, and we got it. Jake Longley with the pin. Zach distracted, wanting to talk to Shade over here. Jake ends up getting him with that 3 count. And yes, Jake is the winner of this match, folks. From Alice Springs, Australia, Jake Longley. So here we go, coming out first. All right, well, this is a little different. Coming out, you see right now, ladies and gentlemen, one of our top contenders for the GCW Women's Belt. Coming out of Lisburn, Northern Ireland, Riley Thomas. And out with her, maybe her little Padawan, her protege, fighting for you from Portugal, Hadley Flames. Not sure exactly what's going on. The match is supposed to be between Nixie and Hadley. Maybe Riley is Hadley's trainer. She's just walking her out here. The 3. Riley, you've been hit one too many times in the head, darling. Lori, help me count here.
I'm seeing 2.
Gator? You don't count, Gator. You're so blitzed you probably see 8.
Maybe there was somebody else supposed to be coming out with them, maybe?
Maybe somebody...
She's sending Hadley to the back.
Okay, she just told Hadley to go find somebody, and now we have gone to supposed to be having 3, 2, 1, who's not even on the card. So... Riley, you're not scheduled to face Nix.
Riley telling her to bring Nixie out so they can have a nice chat.
Nice.
You know how those chats always end up. Very little talking, way more punches thrown.
Have they ever been nice to each other?
That's the way to say it, Gator. Or you could say they've been downright bitches to each other, and I'll go ahead and donate to the cuss jar for that one. All right, coming out now from England, the GCW Women's Champion, Nixie D.
And she didn't come alone here. Hadley Flame behind her.
Nixie coming out, waving to the crowd. You know she is a fan favorite. Everybody was so happy when she got her belt back. And now what's going on back there? We see Riley out there on the apron of the ring. Hadley behind Nixie. Hadley goes for a quick eye rake, blinding Nixie real quick. Nixie responding back with a slap. Hadley with a kick to the gut. Nixie responding back again. You know, it is supposed to be those two. I'm not exactly sure what Riley is doing out here.
Riley is up there cheering Hadley on, telling her to get her and telling her to show her who's the next champ is.
Is that right? Riley would actually admit that somebody besides her is not the champion? Hadley
I
kicking
think she's been
Nixie
hit
in the
one
gut.
too many times.
Did she become a manager all of a sudden?
I don't know, but right now we've got Hadley in the ring, and oh my God, Riley with a huge Busaiku knee coming off the apron right into Nixie. Nixie is down. Riley throwing Nixie up into the ring.
Riley's still there shouting orders for Hadley to get her.
I knew Nixie was coming out to face Hadley. I don't think she was ready to face them both. And now Hadley and Riley are both in the ring with Nixie. Hadley kicking Nixie in the gut. Oh!
And a vicious pedigree.
Nails Nixie with that huge pedigree. Nixie
This match
is down.
Technically underway yet.
Do we even have a referee out here?
Sarah. We have Sarah here.
Riley is picking Nixie up. Nixie, I'm not even sure knows where she is anymore, even if she's even conscious. That pedigree was vicious. Riley sending Nixie into the corner. Big Irish whip to slam her up against that turnbuckle. And now
There
both
goes
women
Sarah.
over there.
Wait,
Now
Riley
cuffed
is
to the ropes.
handcuffing Nixie.
Hadley with a spear into Nixie's guts as Riley handcuffs Nixie to the ropes.
Sarah is in there trying to break it up, telling him to lay off.
And they just decked the referee.
Now the
A
referee
Riley
is
factor to
down.
the ref.
The referee is down. Riley, that is enough. Get out of the ring. Uncuff Nixie. You're done. Get out. That is enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a stop to all this chaos here.
Oh.
Bang, man.
Oh, great.
What the? Oh, my head. Oh, what happened? Oh,
That's enough, Riley. Let him go.
what?
That's enough.
What's going on?
Leave him go. No, you're not even in this match. Get out of the arena. Get in the back.
Oh.
Get off of him. We need security out here.
Oh. Oh.
Damn it, Riley, get me out of these fucking cuffs.
Let him go. Get out of
Oh.
there.
No, what are you doing?
Security!
What? What is... What's going...
That's enough. Security. We need security out here.
Riley!
Riley, that's
Riley,
enough. Let him
what are you-
alone.
Stop it, Riley. Oh, my head. Stop it, Riley.
That's more than enough. You've done more than enough. Enough. Get out of there.
What? Oh.
Oh, my God. Definitely. We need security out here now. We've got to get these ladies out of the ring. Get out of the ring. You guys get to the back. The Trinity? The three of you are the Trinity. You, yourself, Hadley, and Roxy. Oh, you have decided to team up. Okay, so the Fed's been run to crap since the stupid silent partners come around. You can't even show up. You can't show your face. Well, look around you. Yeah, look around. Look at the chaos you're causing. The three of us, the women of the Fed, just took out your champion and your commentary team and your ref. So let me tell you this, you new cow. Lift you up for a reason. The reason is to deliver a message, and that message is this. This beatdown will continue week after week until the silent partner gets his or her ass out here. We are the Trinity. We now run the show. Silent partner, this is your 2-week notice. The Trinity is here to run the company. You can't do this. You all need to get out of the ring, get out of the arena right now. Just be on your way and do what you need to do.